to tonight's recap of The Bachelorette.
Bentley! She needs closure, and you know what? Frankly, so do we. But if you're expecting to get it in this episode, you're not.
And also, I just want to caution anyone who wants to do a drinking game for The Bachelorette, don't ever say that you're going to take a shot every time she says Bentley or ... because you would have died during this episode.
You would have died of alcohol poisoning. All right, so they're in Hong Kong. Chris invades her room, and she's scared.
She's
and
like, what are you doing here?
You're scaring me. All right, so he says Bentley's here.
And she's like, what?
I don't know why she did that.
It said Pound's chest in the caption, so I immediately thought of a gorilla.
Well, it was kind of gorilla-like.
Right.
She runs to his room. She's like, I won't go there right away. I need 5 seconds. All right, so then when he opens the door, she like shoves her face in his and like forces a kiss on him.
It was like really awkward and embarrassing.
I was embarrassed awkward. For her. How's Cozy?
Oh, she's great. I haven't seen her. I'm just kidding.
So he continues to string her along for a good 20 minutes, I would estimate. And then she kind of finally gets a little glimmer of hope and, you know, of what is really going on. She's like, is this our period?
If you must put everything in terms of punctuation, then yes.
He can barely contain his laughter. Barely, and she kind of finally gets the message, but I think...
Kind of not really.
If he came back, she would be like, oh, he came back!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll take you back.
She thinks he's a bad boy player.
Yeah, but she didn't say this until she was in, like, the interview.
The interview. She was all phone tiger on him, and she was like, Bentley, if you're listening, F you.
Okay. Yeah, that didn't really happen. But she feels great now. She's so super refreshed. And it's time to go on a date with Lucas.
All right, so let's find our good fortune on the streets of Hong Kong.
All right, so they were walking along, and all of a sudden this Chinese dragon pukes on them.
Broccoli. Guess he didn't like broccoli. Then they went on a sailing dinner on a Chinese junk, and we find out that he's divorced.
We knew that.
Well, she finds out,
Yes,
I guess.
I guess.
So, this is her words. You're a real guy. That's what I'm looking for.
All right. So he got the rose for being a real guy.
If he's got a wiener, he's a real guy.
You know what, though? He makes her feel... She kept saying, like, oh, he makes me feel like a woman, blah, blah, blah. Like,
his manlyhood makes her feel protected.
We don't need to know. So anyway.
It's Dragon Boat group date race.
Broccoli.
It's the Harvard sailing team. Not really.
This competition was so in favor of Ames.
I know.
Not really, guys. Well, look up Harvard sailing team and you'll know what we're talking about.
There's 3 teams. Ames and Mickey, Ben and Connie, and Ryan and Blake. And they have to go out on the streets of Hong Kong and recruit peeps to be on their Dragon Boat race team.
What?
Ben and Connie totally struck out.
By the way, Constantine is now referred to as Connie.
As Connie, only. All right, they didn't have anybody on their team until they went out and bought these flashy red robes that were probably like gigolo robes or something.
Nah, they're like the silk.
Whatever.
You know.
People were probably like, oh. All right, so their team was yelling, ba, chi, ba, chi.
Which they found out later on does not mean eat it, but rather...
Idiot.
Idiot.
All right. I got a question. Why can't Ames close his mouth? Does he have, like, lockjaw or something?
I don't know. He's always got that.
All right. Ames and Mickey win.
And Ben and Connie came in last.
Oh, that was tough.
Way last.
And then on the beach, somebody gets engaged a few feet away from her, and she's all like, why can't it be me? Not you. All right, so at dinner, she's still yakking about
Wouldn't
Bentley.
It be funny if the guy who was just proposing was Bentley?
Oh, that would have been genius. All right. Ames, I don't know what the hell came over him, but he put the moves on her big time in the elevator. You dirty dog.
Horny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's what came over him. All right. Then there was some awkward kissing with Ben. And
he's probably like, tastes like Ames.
Yeah, he's just droning on and on, though. He did that on his single date or like when they did the orphanage thing, whatever.
He's a talker.
He's just yak, yak, yak. And she's just like, another drink, please.
Well, Ryan couldn't be worse. He was begging for a one-on-one with her.
And she must have liked begging. So she went and got the rose and gave it to him. And he was all like, ah.
Okay. So, last but not least was JP, the first person to have 2 one-on-one dates this season.
But they both sucked. It was like dinner when she was crying about Bentley, and now dinner when she's crying about Bentley.
Like, what the hell?
He's 2 for 2. Not another see-through shirt on her.
You know, I don't have a problem with the transparent or translucent shirts.
Right.
I love that.
Yeah.
But please wear a shirt underneath.
Yes, not a black bra. You might, you know, if she was on the Glee Project episode this week, her card would have said desperate.
Yeah.
Or slut. All right, so she asked him, JP, if he had closure from his last relationship, and he was like, yeah. She just could not resist. She had to tell him about Bentley.
She's like, well, I got closure too. Bentley was here.
The way she was building it up, though, it was like she was either hermaphrodite or like born with a wiener or something. But then I think he was pretty relieved when it was only Bentley. But
yeah.
He was still kind of hurt, I think.
I think he was too.
But he played it off because he didn't want to lose the rose.
No.
Wouldn't it be funny if he said, I saw Bentley too?
We went out for dinner.
Yeah. So
he gave me a rose.
He gets the rose because he kissed her ass. Then they take a tram ride to Makeout Land.
I just threw up in my mouth for real. Okay.
Yeah.
Cocktail party.
Woo!
So now that she got a good
Reaction from JP.
You know.
She just cannot wait to tell the guys because she thinks they're going to be so thrilled when
like,
they hear about her closure from Bentley.
Yeah, well,
they're going to effing love it.
They were just like, what?
Yeah. JP defends her only because she went and told him like first and he had some time to like digest it.
He was like, well, I think this is okay.
Guys, she's opening herself up. She's being honest. Ryan kisses her ass because that's the only thing that he does.
But Lucas, the real man, is pissed.
That's right. I don't blame him. He feels like he's been cuckolded. Everybody there realizes they are second stringers now. They're not in the Bentley first string team.
That's not a good feeling.
Mickey basically pulls her aside and says, you're a freaking liar. I'm tired of this BS.
And he's all like, send me home because I don't want to be here.
Yeah, and she's like, no, if you feel that strongly, leave.
So he was like, okay.
Good for you, Mickey. That was
good for you. I will give you that.
That is the smartest decision you probably made in the last 10 years. She gives a tearful speech to the crowd of guys who haven't left yet. And it was a tough crowd, I'm telling you. So
they're all just like,
Blake kind of like read of the riot act too a little bit, and then he changed his mind, you know.
He's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but roses, they go into Ben, Connie, and Ames. Which means bye-bye, creepy Blake.
But then I felt bad for making fun of him when he said, I just want a friend.
There's only enough room for one dentist on this show. Oh, wait, that makes none now. Oh, sorry. All right, so next stop is...
Taiwan! The hidden
it.
jewel of Asia resides there, a.k.a. my best friend Brian.
Brian, we love you.
I think I just said my best friend.
Whatever, he'll understand.
I'm flustered. I love you, Brian.
Yeah. Okay. All right, till next week. Much love, Brian.